Good morning, boys and girls. So this is Mr. Lopez again. Hoping everyone is having a beautiful day. I hope this week has been productive and everything is running smoothly. I'd like to thank everyone for their patience and cooperation. And I know as we go along and start working on these, everyone will start getting more comfortable. I want to say hello to Raneem, Orzala, Tulene. Good morning, Tulene. Let's go over to 13.3 and I'll start saying hello as we go by. I have my list right here. I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay. So let's go into your math workbooks. 13.3. We're going to divide by 8. We're going to be looking at some strategies that we can use to divide by 8. We're going to start looking at arrays. We're going to start logging in some unit squares. We're going to start coordinating this. So you're going to need your colored pencil, a marker, something you can use to shade in some of the tiles that we're going to be working with today. So go ahead and get that right now. You can pause the video now, get the supplies that you need. Again, a pencil or a colored pencil or a marker or something that I'm going to guide you through the next section. We are working on section 13.2 and it is page 403 of your workbook. Everyone should have their workbook with you. We're moving along, we're chugging along. Pretty soon we're going to be done with this book and we're going to start working into volume 2. We're practicing our division, okay? And everything we do right now is going to get us ready for the next volume, okay? The next volume workbook, okay? So take a deep breath. Let's go. Let's get started. So again, we're going to unlock the problem. We're going to analyze what we have here and let's look at the question here. At Stephen's camping store, firewood is sold in bundles of 8 logs. Okay, so that gets highlighted. He has 32 logs to put in bundles. And here's your question. How many bundles of firewood can he make? So what will Stephen do with the 32 logs? Record your answer here. That is correct. He's going to put them in bundles of 8 logs. He's going to organize them in bundles or sell them in bundles of 8 logs. And this is the division equation we're going to be able to use. You can write a division equation to show how many rows of 8 are in 32. How many rows of 8? Let's look at this array. Count the number of tiles in each row. So they're asking us to count the number of tiles in each row. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that these are the rows. Okay. Okay. This is the row. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in each row. So your answer here is 4. And let's show the above array on the grid by shading the squares to record the tile. So we're going to copy this array and shading them in this tile right here. Okay. So go ahead and do that. Copy the same. So you're going to have 8 rows. I'll do my best to try to do this. So it's going to be the exact same thing. So 8 rows. 1. Oops. Oh, it's eraser. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many in each row? There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again, it's the exact same array as above, and we're just practicing. So, but you're going to shade this in. Okay, so this should be shaded in for you right there. How many rows of squares will you shade? How many rows? How many rows? Okay, it's not asking how many in each row. How many rows? Raneem, how many rows? Talene? Zakaria, how are we doing, Zakaria? How many rows? Yes, good job. There's 8. Oops. There's 8 rows, right? How many in each row will you shade? That'd be 4. So Stephen can make how many bundles of firewood? Again, you're going to have 32 divided by 8. He's going to make 4. Okay? 4 bundles of firewood. Okay, and if we look at this one right here, so we have the equation 32 divided by 8 equals 4. Okay, So you write your equation here. Yes, very good. 32 divided by 8 equals 4. Let me erase that for you. Now let's double check our work. Make sure we go along. I did create another page for us so that if we have any questions, we can, oops, trying to do too much. Let's see, let's double check our work. Okay, so again, Stephen can make 4 bundles of firewood, and here's our equation here. So our work is correct. Good job. So let's go back. Let's look another way. You could use related multiplication facts. So we know 32 divided by 8 equals what? It's 4. Okay, so we're finding the missing factor. So 4 times 8 equals 32. So how can we write this in the division equation? 32 divided by 8 equals what, Zakaria? 4. Very good. Or 32 divided by 8 equals what, Talene? Very good. Yasmin, how are we doing this morning, Yasmin? Raise your hand. Thank you, Yasmin. Didn't forget about you. So let's move on. Alright, you're going to need your colored marker here. Shade the green to find 16 divided by 8. So let's first figure that out. So 16 divided by 8. So 16 divided by what? 8. Good job, Yasmin. Good morning, Laura. Nora, how are you, Nora? It's good to see you. 16 divided by 8 equals what? Anybody? Yes, 2. 16 divided by 8 equals 2. So now we're going to look. This is going to give me the number. Now we're going to shade this in. This is going to give me the number of rows I'm going to have. The number of rows. I'm going to have 8. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many in each row? There's 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this should be what you have shaded in. And let's look at it. You have 16 total. You have 8 rows. 1, 2, going across. And there's 2 in each row. Okay, so that's how we need to be able to visualize. These are the number of rows. These are the number in each rows. Okay, so 8 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's 2 in each row. Excellent work. Let's go ahead and take a look at finding the unknown factor or equation. So this is the unknown factor. This is the unknown, quotient, I'm sorry. Unknown factor is here. Unknown quotient is here. Unknown factor, unknown quotient. Here we're finding the quotient. So take a minute to complete these. Pause it, come back, and let's check your work. Welcome back. So let's see how you did. So 8 times what equals 56? Yasmin? Good. 56 divided by 8 equals what, Nora? Very good. 7. What factor do I have here, Tulane? Very good. Zakaria, 40 divided by 8 equals what? 5. Very good. Orzala, how are we? Safina, how are we? Safina, 18 divided by 3 is what? The quotient. Good. 6. 48 divided by 8 equals what? Good. 6. 56 divided by 7. 7 times what equals 56? 7 times 8. And 32 divided by 8 equals 4. Good job. I hope everyone did well. Check your work and understand that we're looking at finding unknown factors and quotients. So let's go on to the next section. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this. We're going to use this. We're going to figure this out first, and this is going to help us fill in this chart right here. Stephen has a log that's 8 feet long. Cuts a log into 2 feet long. That are 2 feet long. How many pieces will Stephen have? Shake the grid to solve 8 divided by 2. So what is 8 divided by 2? 8 divided by 2, Stephen would have 4 pieces. Okay, so write the equation. It's right here. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So this one tells me the number of rows. I will have how many rows? 2. 1, 2. And how many in each row? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what should be shaded in like this. Alright. You have 2 rows and there's 4 in each row. Any questions? Good, let's move on. Let's look at number 9. This one is a word problem. You're going to use this division sentence equation to come up with a word problem, and the answers will vary amongst all of you. So long as you have 18 in total, they're divided into 6 groups, and each group receives 3. That's pretty much all I'm looking for right now. So they're gonna vary. There's no one correct answers. So get creative and create those word problems here. The next one, we're going to use a little bit of algebra. We're going to use these to compare these 2 parts of the equation here. So we're going to look, first we have to know what 6 times 6 is. The 6 times, that's 36. And is that equal to, now how do we make this true? 32. Do we subtract it to equal 36? Do we divide it by 4 to equal 36? Or do we add it to 4? Good, we add it. Again, figure this one out first. 19, you take away how many? 15, you're going to end up with what? Good, 4. So let's make this sentence true. So 12, if we add 3 to it, does that equals 4? No. 12, if we subtract 3 from it, does that equal 4? No. 12, if we multiply by 3, does that equal 4? No. So yes, your correct answer here is divide. And if you divide 12 by 3, it does equals 4. Again, figure this one out first. 48 divided by 8 equals what? 5. So let's make this sentence true. 35. Do we add 7 to make it 5? No. Subtract 7 to make it 5? No. Multiply? No. What is your answer? Good. This means good, Raneem. Good job. Well, let's move on. Okay, take a look at this problem here. There are 36 people camping in Max's family reunion. They have cabinets, tents, and Vista tents. So cabinets, cabin, and Vista tents. How many of each type of these, how many, the cabin and Vista, will they need to sleep exactly 36? So the total that you'll have, it has to be 36. So you need to get creative in coming up with using these 2 numbers here to, when you add them together, when you multiply this number, something by this number, something by this number, when you add those 2, they have to equal 36. The easy way for me to do it is use the number 2. If I multiply 2 times 10, that gives me what? 20. If I multiply 2 times 8, that gives me what? 6 what? 16. Then when I add these 2, 20 plus 16, does that equal 36? Yes. So they'll need 2 cabins and 2 of the Vistas, because each one sleeps 20. This one sleeps 10, this one sleeps 8. So all I did was multiply this one by 2, this one by 2, and then I added those. It's pretty simple. Okay, but if you look at this all without analyzing, it can get a little overwhelming, and you'll hear the words that some of you like to say, I don't get it. Okay, we need to move away from that. We just have to analyze it and use our thinking skills, and we should be okay. Let's do the same with the next problem. There are 32 people who plan to camp over the weekend. What is the least number of trail tents they need? How many? The least number of trail tents that I'm going to need so I can have the 32 people covered. So first of all, I need to know how many people sleep in one trail. It's 4. So what should I do? What division sentence can I make? So I have 32. Yes, I divide that by 4 and equals 8. So my answer would be 8. So 32 divided by 4 equals 8. I will need 8 trail tents to sleep these 32 people. Okay, that's how you would explain that. Since there's 32 people, 4 people per trail tent, I will divide 32 by 4. That will equal 8. Okay, Josh is dividing 64 marshmallows equally. There's your key right there to do what? Yep, divide. Here's your question. How many marshmallows will each camper get? Create your division sentence here. So it should look 64 divided by 8. Good. And the answer would be what? 8. Yes, 64 divided by 8 equals 8, because 8 times 8 equals 64. Let's take a look at this array here. Grace set 8 plates at each picnic table, so 24 campers could eat dinner. How many picnic tables did Grace have to set? Circle the equal groups. This is what you're going to do. Circle the equal groups and write the equation. So let's do the equation first. Again, we're doing one step at a time. I'm not trying to get overwhelmed here. We'll do this after we figure this out right here, because this is going to guide this, just like we did the questions before. So how many campers are there? 24. Okay, how many plates? 8. How many? Yes, 24 divided by equals 3. So there's going to be 8 rows, and here are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's 3 in each row. So 20. So what's your answer? Write the multiplication fact here. So what do we know? Yes, it's 8 times 3. What is equals 24? So now we're going to do this. Circle the equal groups and write the equation. The equal groups need to show this. Okay, that there's 3. Okay. So how many equal groups of 8 do I have? I have 3. So I need to circle how many per group. There has to be 8. And if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I would circle. Here's 1. Here's 2. I'm sorry. And here's 3. Okay. So there's 3. And there's 8 in each one. And this is the multiplication. See how easy that is? Alright, now it's your turn. Here's your daily task assessment for today. Here's your homework. We'll check this the next day. And take your time. You do have an online homework assignment also on Thick Central, and it is on the same thing, 13.3 divided by 8. I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning. For now, this is Mr. Lopez signing off, and we'll see you again next time.